What's up, team? Okay, we are going to briefly break down understanding how carbohydrates work in your body. What does blood sugar mean, and what is insulin's response? This is very important as an athlete because you want to know why you're choosing the carbohydrates that you choose and how it works in your body to provide your body with energy while you're training and while you're recovering and sleeping. So a carbohydrate is a molecule made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbohydrates are fruits, vegetables, potatoes, rice, plant-based foods. We also have sugar like maple syrup, honey, table sugar. Our bodies break these molecules down and convert the molecule into usable energy, which is known as digestion. During digestion, insulin is released. So we eat fruit like a banana, and a banana has carbohydrates in it. Those carbohydrates in their simplest form are going to be fructose, which is actually the molecule that I showed in the previous slide. And that fructose enters our bloodstream, and then our body breaks down those carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen molecules, and it converts them into glucose. Insulin is introduced after the fructose is converted to glucose, and insulin takes that now blood glucose and it enters it into the cell, and then your cell can use it for energy. So after eating, the food is converted into blood glucose, also known as blood sugar, and it happens before insulin starts its work. So you have the banana, then the banana has fructose. The fructose is converted into blood glucose. Blood glucose is taken into the cell by insulin, and then the magic happens. There's a whole bunch of other energy pathways. There's a whole bunch of understanding about how glucose works, but I want you just to understand the simplest form that we eat a carb. That carbohydrate has molecules of sugar in it. Those molecules of sugar are converted into blood glucose, and the blood glucose is then shuttled into our cells so that we can crush our workouts. Your blood sugar levels will rise or fall based on what you're eating and how many carbs / sugar is in your food. Insulin is produced and takes the sugar into the cells, and your blood sugar comes back down to normal. Rising and dropping blood sugar is impacted by activity as well as which carbs you choose to eat. So if we are going to go on a really long run and we eat a ton of sugar before we go on that run, we might have a really high blood sugar spike before we go on our run. And then as we're exercising, our body is going to use that sugar to facilitate continuing the run. If we eat just a little bit of sugar before we start our training and we have a short training session, our blood sugar might stay up higher. This matters because we want to teach you which carbohydrates you choose relative to your training and your activity levels. And we're going to get into some information on glycemic index in the next little chapter that we have, and then you're going to ask any questions you have. Okay, I hope this was pretty informative, and we will see you in the Thinkific group.